Hi guys, so as I'm starting this reading, and of course it's timeless, so whenever you do see this is when it is meant to find you, but as I'm starting this reading, it is June 1st, so happy June. Right off the bat, I'm just having the name Charles and Charlie and names with C come out very, very strongly, which could just be an extra confirmation for somebody or very, very significant to someone. So I did want to say that right away. And then also I'm seeing lamb, like I'm seeing this just beautiful, graceful, peaceful, pure lamb that's coming through in my mind's eye, in my vision. And I'm seeing this energy of purity, of innocence, but also this sort of like, almost like scapegoaty vibe or sacrificial lamb energy, this energy where maybe you were previously in a situation of martyrdom or of just ignoring, like with the moon card even coming up here, ignoring your inner wisdom, your subconscious 111 on the timer, as I was saying that, but your subconscious beliefs. Or even you could be in a situation, or I'm actually hearing that this is more of a past energy, but of course still affecting you at this moment and for this reading. But you could have been in a situation where there was just so much enmeshment, and the tarot spread that I've pulled and the cards that I've already pulled so far really do confirm this. I'm going to go through them in a moment. I just definitely want to get kind of these channels out right away that are coming through. There's a big throat chakra energy coming through here. There's an energy, like I was saying, of recently maybe voicing your opinion. I'm hearing family business, family enmeshment. Trauma is really big here. For those of you who maybe have never heard of the specific word enmeshment trauma, it's kind of, just to very put it simply, but I would recommend that if this is resonating, that you go and you do some more research about this, watch some YouTube videos or read about this, or ask ChatGPT, or speak to some sort of therapist about this. But there is something called enmeshment trauma, and it's this kind of trauma where the whole family unit, and it might not sound very traumatic, but the whole family unit is very, like it sounds, enmeshed. They're relating to one another. And what happens is that growing up in this environment, it's very common that children that come from these kinds of families, or even adults, they don't really have a sense of self. Their sense of self is fully and wholly dependent on the others around them. It's like a very codependent, in an unhealthy way kind of situation. And so because of that, like I said, with this moon card coming out, it's almost like, and the Queen of Swords in reversed, it's this very kind of cruel energy, this energy of subduing your own needs for the needs of the family. And I think that's actually exactly why this lamb, this scapegoat energy is coming out, because a lot of times you might have been in situations where you had to put your own needs on hold in order to kind of benefit the family unit. And you might have felt very, very disconnected from self, is what I'm hearing. And so if that's resonating with you already, what I'm hearing on the flip side of this, it's almost, I am hearing that you're at this crossroads. I'm going to go through this spread. Like I said, in the past position, we had that moon card coming out with the Queen of Swords reversed. In its reverse position, the Queen of Swords could be very cruel. This could also be like an air sign woman in the family, or man actually, that is like specifically being referred to in your situation. That could really resonate. But this is someone who is very harsh, not so mushy with the emotions, more so very like cold, cruel, especially when in reverse. This could also be a widow situation. It could also just represent the fact that in order to sort of break away from this family enmeshment, you have had to be that Queen of Swords reverse, almost to protect yourself. So it's almost like boundaries to the max. And that could have been truly what was required for your situation in order for you to be able to thrive and move forward. And that does bring us to the next card here, which is the Six of Swords. I do want to talk about this card for a second because it's the central card of the reading. It's right in the center, and it's your present opportunity and situation right now. And sorry, I don't remember. I've been like just straight channeling up until now. So I don't remember if I even showed you this bottom card here, this underlying energy. This is the Four of Cups. In this card, you can see this man has 3 cups in front of him, but he's still being a little bit of like a Grinch of a pouty face, even though there's the divine literally offering him a hand, but he just wants to like sit there with his arms crossed under that tree and mope around and talk about how he has no opportunities. And it's just this sort of like missing the opportunities right in front of you kind of an energy. It's literally just like that. So all of these cards are relating back to that. But what I'm really getting with this card, interestingly, back to the enmeshment and that whole lamb and scapegoaty energy that was coming out at the beginning. Scapegoaty, I don't think that's a word. But this energy that was coming out before, it's almost like it could be either one of these things. It could be that you've had to sort of do that, like close off and miss out and say no to opportunities that came about that were in alignment with your true self, that were energetically aligned to what you wanted. And you've had to say no again because of this energy of martyrdom, of, you know, other people's needs being more important than your own. And this Six of Swords cards, not to jump too much ahead, but just to tell you where we're going, is that we are actually moving on from this energy right now. I feel a very strong energy of you guys being at this crossroads right now. And I do feel that this is a situation that has been long drawn, ongoing, and that you've slowly but surely had to, put in the consistent effort to get yourself out of. In the present position, we also have the Five of Swords reversed coming out. So again, this could be one of two things. This could be that you've already sort of like the battle is over, and it's almost this energy of remorse of like, you've had to just sacrifice so much, be so cruel, be that Queen of Swords in reverse, if that's the energy that you were drawn to with the Queen of Swords. If it's somebody else, then again, this could be about somebody else. But with this, and I'm going to show you, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place as usual with these channels. But with this energy that's coming out in your present, I do want to show you quickly because I want to just give you an idea of the progression of this spread. So in your future, yay, good news. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the Nine of Pentacles. And like, look how she's just like looking back at the Knight as if like, as if she was the one who like put in all that consistent effort, which she was, to get this sense of independence and freedom. And so how beautiful with this spread. The way that I see this laid out, it's kind of just like she's put in all this work and she's just admiring it, and the consistent effort has allowed her with this Six of Swords in the present to move forward onto a better and more independent life. So this is definitely family business again is coming up huge, huge, huge. Also the number 111 is coming out right now, and January could even be very significant. New starts, new beginnings. Like I said, today is June 1st. Oh, and thank you, because that is the energy that I did want to speak about a little bit. So with this Six of Swords card coming out here, the moment that I saw this Six of Swords, the Six of Swords is an energy of moving on to calmer waters. It's like you've been through so much, you've done what you had to do with this. You had this inner knowing, these subconscious energies of like, there's something better out there. There's something more aligned. There's a way for me to escape all this enmeshment, and to stop being the martyr, to stop being the scapegoat for my family, or for, your family of origin, whoever that might be for you, or even certain friendships. This happens a lot in friend groups, to be quite honest. So this Six of Swords is, it's not that it's a gloomy energy because there is so much hope with this card, but it is, this guy has been through a lot. He's been, you know, it's interesting because the Five of Swords reversed is coming out along with that. So it's like, he's just put down his sword. He's just been to battle. He's gone through all of the energies, the Three of Swords, the heartbreak, the Four of Swords, the deep contemplation. Of course, the Two of Swords, the making the choice, the Ace of Swords with that, you know, clarity, as well as having, basically he's done what he's needed to do. Now he's packed up his bags. Ooh, I have angel bumps everywhere as I'm saying that, for confirmation, but he's kind of packed up his crap and he's moving forward, and it does have this bittersweet energy, and that is very, very much the energy that I'm feeling that you could be in right now in this moment. It's bittersweet. It's like, you know that you're doing the right thing, but nevertheless, it is very difficult to say goodbye, to pack up and leave. You know that you're doing what you need to, but that doesn't make it easier at all. So you are doing an amazing job. You're doing an amazing job, but I'm hearing that you really know what you're wanting now, and you're doing like the grunt work, the difficult work. You are in a much more peaceful, again, that Lamb is coming up, much more peaceful, patient energy right now. Just knowing what needs to be done for your own, I'm hearing sanity, but also like to create a sanctuary for yourself. And what else, and another thing that I wanted to say with this Six of Swords, with the energy of June, you know, each month in the calendar year has its own frequency, its own energy, its own vibration. And June being the 6th month is a very much an energy of six. Six is the energy of balance, of restoration, of give and take. You know, let's think about the Six of Swords. He's creating peace and harmony and restoring balance in his life. With the Six of Pentacles, it's about give and take, balance. Which one of the two beggars in front of the man on that card is going to get and which one is not. So this is about cause and effect, give and take, balance. Then with the Six of Cups and even the Six of Swords, we have these energies, one of nostalgia, one of beauty and childhood innocence, which is a very just childlike energy, nostalgic energy. And with nostalgia, oftentimes we are being asked to look at it was 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer right there. Like, we are moving up and onward is totally the energy of this entire reading, this whole spread, absolutely. But six in general, it's a very beautiful, restorative, harmonizing energy if used properly. And so as we enter the month of June, but again, whenever you're finding this, you could just be holding that vibration of the six energy. Also, June could just be a very, very significant month. You know, I never, or up until this point, at least with my YouTube readings, I have not really felt called to talk about the month or the date that I was doing these readings on, maybe other than like the Gemini moon, just because it was the new moon energy. But even still, this is so specific to this date. I'm really feeling like this month of June is very significant for somebody. And this could also be someone in your family where the month of June is significant, or just a family event in general. Okay, so I already did show you these two cards in the future position, but when I'm looking at this spread, you know, I'm always looking at the direction and the movement. And what I'm seeing with this Six of Swords, it's like, where is he paddling? Where is he going? And in this spread, it's just so beautifully laid out, because what I see is this big energy of sun, of yellow, of freedom, of independence, of brightness, of a light at the end of the tunnel is where he's heading. With this Nine of Pentacles, the card of independence, specifically financial independence, security, stability, being in this luxurious garden that this woman has built on her own, that she's cultivated. You know, gardens, they take time and patience to cultivate. And so too with this reading, it's like whatever you've been working on day in, day out, you know, whatever you've really been kind of almost this energy of whatever you've had your head down working on is very much the energy that you are cultivating. And this is a very, this is in your near future, these two cards. Look, none of these two, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, he's not fast moving. He's the only knight, in fact, who's on a horse, who is at a standstill. And so there is also this energy with the Six of Swords of you needing to break free from that, of you needing to claim your independence at this moment, to plant the seeds. Also, the beginning of the month is just, you know, metaphorically, energetically, this beautiful time to plant more seeds, right? And so whatever you're wanting to cultivate in your life, to grow more of, you are right now being asked to plant those seeds and to move toward them. That Six of Swords I'm almost seeing is like the water that's fertilizing all these seeds. The way that this spread moves, like I said, and travels, especially with that Four of Cups on the bottom, is so beautiful. The progression is wonderful. You know, we always want to get the Sun, the, you know, all these, even the Nine of Pentacles, what a great card to get, right? In our spreads, but it's like if we're seeing all of them in the past and then we're going toward, let's say, the Moon, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Five of Swords reversed, like that's not what we're looking to do. So it's really hopeful. And again, with that Lamb that was coming out from my mind's eye, it's very, very hopeful energy of this peace, prophetic wisdom, patience, and just beautiful, beautiful energy. And then I do want to show you the cards that were coming out. So at the top of the spread here, the top of the spread to me always represents where, like, what is the point of all of this, the aim, the goal, right? There's always kind of this lesson to be learned with the inner work that we do. And so when I look at the spread as a whole and I'm seeing, okay, so we have our independence and we're getting this consistent routine sort of reliable energy going on in order to claim our own, especially financial independence here. But what is like the whole lesson that we're learning here and the leaf that we're turning over, the way that we're rising above toward this. And I hope that makes sense in terms of the spread positioning. And you know what, I really encourage you, if you guys do have tarot cards, to do these readings along with me, to find the cards that I have pulled and to lay them out in front of yourselves, or maybe go find them on the internet so you can better visualize how this spread moves and look the way that I'm looking at it right now in front of me. One day I will get two cameras, hopefully, and then I'll be able to like show you the cards right in front of me as well. Oh my gosh, I'm totally manifesting and putting that out there right now. Oh my gosh, and I hope I get your energy, guys, with this as well. That would be so beautiful, so that you can see what I'm seeing visually. To me, the cards and these spreads really, really speak to me. But for the time being, until this manifests into our reality and I'm able to provide that for you guys, that visual, I would love if you could just follow along with your tarot cards. And I'm hearing an interesting game that you might want to play is when you do find these cards, like when you do sort of fish them out of your own deck, look at the cards that are on the bottom and on the top of them as further clarity for yourself. So that's a very interesting thing you can do. Okay, so go get your tarot decks and do that. So at the top of the spread, and this is why I really started to feel the energy of the family business thing, I had this Eight of Pentacles, which is normally really truly one of my favorite cards. It's about mastery. It's about just your life's work, your mission, claiming that true mastered work of yours, your craft, really. But this card was coming out, I couldn't tell. It was like kind of sideways, kind of not. So I was like very unclear, and that's when I really have put this together. And I'm going to show you the other card from the Animal Spirit deck that I've pulled as well. Okay, fine, I'll just show you. It's the Wolf card. So funny enough, I first pulled this. It came out kind of sideways. I said, okay, let's get some clarity. And then we had the Seven of Swords come out, and I was like, okay, so there are a lot of like boundaries, fighting for what you believe in here energy, which to me is very, very opposite of this energy. This is a This Four of Cups is a stuck, stagnant, doesn't want to move, pretty stubborn, not accepting the gift kind of energy. And this, the Seven of Wands, is a very much fighting for what you believe in, thine will, you know, invoking the will of God to work through you. This is just standing up for what you believe in. This is not backing down. And this is kind of a card of like giving in, giving up, you know, so the progression of this to this from bottom card to top card is quite beautiful as well. It's a much more fiery, passionate energy. But so that card came out as the clarity card. Again, I was still a little bit unclear about the message here. And then I got a card from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And this was the card that made everything quite clear, because the Wolf card came out sideways as well. So pretty wild that these two came out sideways like this and this together. There's very much this energy of, again, like I said, it could be leaving a family business to start a business that's more aligned with who you are. It could be just kind of tapping into your life's work, your life's mission, but it could also just be putting in the work in your own life. Like the energetic, the spiritual work, the deep inner work as well. And these are the cards that I really feel that you have the most amount of, I guess, control over, if you want to call it that, like, or manifestation ability. When cards come out sideways to me, it's really a sign of like, it could go this way or it could go that way. And I always love to put that in the hands of you, of whoever I'm reading for. Not to say that the cards that come out upright or reversed directly are not in your control. Like at the end of the day, you are the creator, co-creator of your life, and you have a say no matter what the cards say. This is just like, it's like a cash flow statement. It's a snapshot of the moment, and these are all absolutely mutable and changeable, and it is your work that can absolutely shift that. I've had one of my favorite readers, he goes by the name My Soul, great reader on YouTube, MAI and then space SOL. He's awesome, Australian guy, but it's funny, like in many of his readings, he'll pull cards at the beginning, and then by the time he pulls them at the end, it's like the card that was in the past position is now in the present, for example, or the card that was in like the future is now in the past. So it's like the shift has already occurred in the reading itself. And I find that very true for myself as well. So don't ever think that the cards that come out are what they are. No. There's always, like circumstances that are within your control. And I just say that and stress that because I always, it's so important for me that tarot and oracle cards are empowering for you. But with these sideways cards, I really feel like it is up to you right now. And I feel that that should be your focus, these two sideways cards of what is in your hands at this moment. Because with the sideways ones, it's almost like they could just flip at any moment here. And so I want to just read the wolf energy for you here. This is from, again, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook by Kim Kranz. So this card says, guardian of family and tribe, activism, ritual. So the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe, that's that enmeshment that we were speaking about, that family scapegoat, that enmeshment trauma that we were just speaking about. So when it assumes that every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps, so that family business kind of energy, or just doing what your parents had previously done in some way, shape, or form, maybe in marriage or some other institution, but just following what the tribe expects you to do and what has been done up until this time. So this includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, that's this card right here, practicing tolerance helps balance, again, with the 6 energy, balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. So how can you apply kind of contemplation to your own life. Embrace all, exclude none. That's very much a wolf energy. So this card, so when in balance, the wolf is reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, the wolf is judgmental and dominating. And to bring into balance, practice letting go. Again, this card is very much a card of letting go what does not serve you. And I am seeing a lot of water energy. Of course, with the Six of Swords, he is on water, even though it's a sword card. But I am seeing the energy of a lake, of just moving on, moving through to calmer waters, being a very, very big deal here. And the thing about the wolf, what's interesting in how it came out sideways is it's like we have this saying of like wolf pack, which is the pack, the tribe, the group, the clique. And then we also have another saying of like being a lone wolf. And there's such opposite sides of the spectrum of that like I said, spectrum. So it's like, which side are you falling on right now? And, another channel that's very strongly coming through is, if your inner work in the past has consisted a lot of this needing to cut things out, be a little bit strict and cutthroat with your boundaries, which again, I feel is okay when needed, especially at the beginning of your journey, when you're just creating boundaries. A lot of people, they will push up against you and they will not like it and they're not used to it. And just like a little kid kind of throws a tantrum to see how far and what they can get away with to try to get their way, adults will basically do the same thing. And so oftentimes I do find that a very harsh energy, depending on how domineering the people around you are, can be necessary and can be what needs to be done to make it very clear to others that I will not tolerate this. That's a boundary, and you cannot cross over it. Otherwise, whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to do. Maybe walk away, maybe end the relationship, whatever it is. But it's kind of like you might have had to really be that lone wolf and isolate yourself from the pack in order to be able to uphold the boundaries that you decided to set for yourself. And so you might be on the flip side of this, where maybe right now you are ready to rejoin the family business or the workforce or a new pack or the old pack, but as a new person. So this will depend on your situation, of course, but there are two sides of this. It's like if you've been over isolating, if you have been the wolf pack, well, maybe it's time to reintegrate whatever it is you need to do to basically get back into that energy of the six, the restoration, the balanced energy. Okay, so I would love to get us a card. What I've done is I've actually pre-shuffled and pre-mixed, which, oh my gosh, do you know what I just realized? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna finish my sentence, but I pre-mixed these two decks, the Keepers of the Light with the 22 Archangels deck. This deck, the 22 Archangels, was actually made to be mixed in, well, it can be used on its own, but it's quite effective mixed in with another one of Kyle Gray's decks. So he recommends using it with the Angel Guide deck, which is kind of like your guardian angels along with the Archangels. Or Divine Masters, or Keepers of the Light. And when you mix them together, he calls this the mega deck. But what I realized, which is so funny and ironic and hilarious, what I realized is that this is hilarious because of the enmeshment that we were talking about, the fact that I already pre-mixed the two decks. So a word of warning, when I pre-mix the decks, it becomes quite large, this mega deck, as its name would suggest. So the cards do fly out easily. So don't think I'm a bad shuffler. I want them to fall out. That's the whole point here. So let's just, now that I've tried to not embarrass myself in case I'm a bad shuffler, let's just do our thing and actually see what comes out here. So I would like to get an Archangel or a Keeper of the Light or both for the most amount of support and protection and guidance and direction with what we need right now in order to move on to whatever it is we're moving on to those calmer waters, to that financial independence, to that, either integrating back with the wolf pack or, already one falling out. You know what? I knew, Haniel, Haniel was coming out today. She kept popping up. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we're gonna get one more, please. Okay, wow, so both archangels, wow. Guys, this is really big, expansive energy. So Haniel is the energy of the moon. Her name means grace of God. This is the divine feminine energy. This is a very psychic energy. So with that moon card coming out, how perfect is that, you guys? And this card is also about giving others grace and accepting the energy of grace yourself. What is the energy of grace? Grace, to kind of give you an example of this energy, is when, you know, let's say you're in a heated conversation or argument with somebody and you just, something inside of you pauses and says, no, not this time, you know, maybe within. I'm not... let's say like you could be usually very overbearing, or you have unkind words that you wanted to say that were on the tip of your tongue. This could be you holding back, assuming that you're not, you know, allowing others to step over you, right? Like, use discernment. There's definitely a spectrum with this. But grace would be just sort of stopping and laying down your sword. It's almost a little bit of this Five of Swords in reversed energy, putting down the fight, and also this whole energy of the wolf that we were speaking about with letting go. Like, that's a very much an energy of grace. And by the way, that lamb imagery that was coming up at the beginning, that pure, innocent, peaceful, patient energy, that is also an energy of grace. And this card to me just screams grace. I mean, the pastel colors, just the way that her hair, and just this, like, she looks like a fairy to me. This card is very much about a graceful, light energy. So this card, Haniel, says, embraced by love, let love reach where it has never reached before. And I will read the guidebook, the message from the guidebook as well for you guys in a moment. I just want to let Archangel Orion shine for a moment here as well. Archangel Orion, it's so funny. I just did a reading on my TikTok the other day where Orion came out in this deck as well as my Angel Prayers deck. And it was just like the coolest thing, one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me with angel cards, because Orion is just this energy. This card's this manifestation vortex, but Orion, like, is the name of a constellation. He is the energy of the cosmos. And when we see Orion in a deck, especially with Haniel, who represents the energy of the moon, it's like this very ethereal, very expansive, very much like anything is possible energy. And wow, what I'm feeling with these two cards, the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, is just like, and today being the 1st of June, the first of the month of restoration and balance, I'm just feeling so strongly this energy of, wow, plant the seeds, like intuitively plant those seeds. It's almost like a new moon on steroids kind of an energy. Orion's card, and I will read that one as well. It says, focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. And think about this, you guys. I had this mega deck here with, oh, wow, at the bottom here, oh my goodness, Kuan Yin. Oh, I gotta give her a shout out too. Kuan Yin is all about compassion, and it is about letting go. Kuan Yin is a bodhisattva. This card here says care and compassion. I'm gonna just show it to you. I don't remember if I did. But it says, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved. That is exactly the message of the wolf as well. Offer a helping hand. Wow, and with Haniel coming out, I hope you guys are seeing how this is all just so beautifully aligning. But what I did want to say before, when I picked up this deck, I'm not even gonna show the cards to the camera because then I'm going to take the one that's at the bottom as well. But it's like, you know, we only had 22 Archangel cards in this whole mega deck, and I can't remember how many are in here. Keepers of the Light, 45 cards. So it's like we had double the amount of Keepers of the Light, yet both of the cards that came out for us were Archangels, right? There were only 22 of the Archangels. So this is really significant. The fact that we got these two archangels, it just makes me think of this very, very big, no other way to say it, but like archangel-y energy. Archangels are the quarterbacks of the angelic realms, right? So this is really expansive, opening your mind, giving grace and accepting grace as well, and allowing love to reach where it has never reached before. I just want to read the little blurbs here as well. Haniel's card, it says, let love reach where it has never reached before, embraced by love. And then Orion's card says, focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome you require. And that card is called Manifestation Vortex. So let's go ahead and read these from the book. And I'm going to try to not interject until the end, but I can't promise because I am very excited by our prospects, you guys. Looking good. Things are looking very good here. Okay, so let's start with Haniel. Haniel, so this is from the guidebook. So Haniel, grace of God, is a divine feminine angel associated with the moon and lunar cycles. Often seen as part goddess, part angel, she brings a soft, cooling energy to anything that feels fiery and harsh. Because of her connection to the moon, she helps us tap into our emotions and can even support us in developing our intuition and psychic abilities. She helps us hold space for self-respect and self-care, and therefore to generate self-love. Oh, so huge with this reading, you guys. And this is your message. You are allowed to be emotional. You are allowed to feel. Your angels are here holding you in a sacred and safe space so you can come to terms with any emotional overwhelm that you have been feeling. It's not a failure to feel this way. It's not a failure to have to take a step back. It is an opportunity. Right now, angels are helping you move into self-forgiveness. You wouldn't know what you know now if you hadn't encountered the challenges you have surmounted. So don't keep carrying this weight. You know you can do better now, and you are committed to doing so. When this card comes to you, your guidance is to let love in. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be supported. Let yourself be held. Let yourself be guided. Drop any shields or barricades and open up fully and freely, especially to the people you know love you unconditionally. Let the love of your heart begin to reach the places and the people you have never let love reach before. Let it reach yourself. Where are you judging and putting pressure on yourself? Be willing to let the light of your heart reach deep into that wound so that it can initiate healing and renewal. You are held by the love of angels. Let it in. Yeah. So this is really big, really reminding me of this energy of the Queen of Swords. It's like maybe in the past you had to do what you had to do. You had to create such tough boundaries, but now it's time to let the love in. It's time to go from maybe that lone wolf back into being part of a wolf pack, which is so natural for humans and very healthy for humans. And Orion, let's read Orion right now. Okay, so this is also from the guidebook, and as you might remember, this card said Manifestation Vortex. So Orion, rising in the sky, is a cosmic angelic being who is offering the earth support from heaven. A vast angelic presence who appears to be made of starlight. He brings down the power and energy of the stars, helping us connect with the imaginable and tap into possibility. He governs the stellar gateway, an energy center that is found above the chakras and allows us to draw upon and embody the manifesting power of the universe. So this is your message. This is a blessed time. Angels are drawing close to you and encouraging you to continue focusing on the life you want to create. And the blessings you are ready to receive. Oops, sorry. If you find yourself in conflict with your inner voice, or there are people around you trying to discourage you, assert yourself. There you go. Wow. Believe that you can create anything. Oh my goodness. Don't let anything or anyone deter you from fulfilling your dreams. My goodness, you guys, this exactly is this. I did not even connect that until I read this in the guidebook. Thank you. So angels want you to know that the life you want is here. Absolutely. You are being filled with the infinite light and energy of the cosmos. Let yourself be held up by gratitude. Tuning into the blessings you already have will allow you to magnetize more experiences to be grateful for. Know that your wishes are within your grasp now. Angels are supporting you as you manifest your wildest dreams and the life you deserve. Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. And again, with this that I'm seeing and you already being on that boat, traveling to go grab your dream life, what I'm really hearing with the combination of these cards, Orion and Haniel, as well as the wolf spirit and the Eight of Pentacles sideways, and then Kuan Yin coming up, it's almost like this very big energy of doing the delicate dance, the balance, striking that balance between releasing, letting go, and manifesting. So pulling in, attracting, magnetizing. And that is your work to do right now. But what I'm seeing here, you guys, you're on such a great path. You're doing very, very well. I think a big congratulations and a big pat on the back that you should be giving yourself as well is in order here. I've seen that you've really, really been putting in the work, and that right now you are surrounded by the most beautiful angelic energy. So give yourself grace, give others grace. And like this says, just allow that love to reach where it's never reached before, and magnetize the life that I know, and that you know, and that your angels know, and that the masters and saints all around you know is yours for the taking, and is very well deserved and rightfully yours. It's your birthright. So that is the message for today. Thank you so much. And I am looking forward to seeing you again in the next video. All my love. Bye.